Hello everybody and welcome to the 14th round of the Sony Cup Series season at Kansas. The field's about ready to take to the racetrack, and here's your starting grid. Alex Benyacko for CM Racing will start on the front row with John Arndt on his outside. They've both been very fast this weekend. Dylan Schwallenberg and Ryan Griffin starting in row number 2. Griffin kind of in need of a good run, although he'll be leaving the team at season's end. He's really struggled this season. Ryan Acosta and Chris Dodd make all three AFRT cars starting inside the top 10. Dejan Weeks sitting back there in row 5 looking for his first win of the season. Cody Lamas and DJ Curtis, 2 of the top 3 in points, start in row number 6. Jesse Turner, 2nd in points in row number 7. They're all right there together. Bobby Jones in need of a good run in the 30. He's had a pretty miserable season. Zayden Davidson has as well, as he's been thrown around from team to team, now in the CBM 291 car. Eric DeMax has struggled the past few weeks, and he'll start in 21st looking for a good run. Dom Capps in the 6 for Martin Motorsports will be back next season in that 6 car. He will round off 26th. Jordan Fisher and Zach Fitzwater, the Fisher Motorsports cars, also in need of good runs, as is Samuel England, who has had an abysmal season so far, sitting outside the top 30 in owners points. James Silverfox will have to come from deep in the field in row 16, as will Jake Baskinger in the 97 car, amidst rumors that this could be his last season in the FBRL. He'll come from row number 19 on the grid, but he's been known to do that before, so it'll be an adventure to see Baskinger work his way through the field. Vince Freeze, Charlie Smith, Daniel Bouchard, and Jordan Davis are the 4 provisionals. Davis, of course, back in the series. He had to use the past champions provisional to get the Young Wicked 08 onto the grid. The field is now rounding turns 3 and 4. Pace car about to take to pit road. Alex Benyacko and John Arndt will lead the field to the green. Benyacko in the CM Racing number 8, still looking for his first victory. And here he is, going to lead the field down to the green flag at the Kansas Speedway. And oh no, car number 8 already having an issue. Now diving onto the apron. Benyacko, your pole sitter, up in smoke. It looks like the 8 car may be done for the day, and we're not even 1 lap complete. This is going to hand the lead to John Arndt in car number 43 now. Arndt has a little bit of a gap over second place, and oh no, he's slowing. The 43 is slowing, and he dives onto pit road. John Arndt now making a drive to pit road. We aren't sure what the issue is yet on the 43 car. We haven't received word from our pit reporters. We'll let you know as soon as possible as he dives into his pit stall. Your front row both have issues before the first lap is even concluded. This is going to hand the lead to Dylan Schwallenberg in car number 10, his teammate and team owner Matt Rodriguez in second, fighting over that position with Ryan Acosta in the 45. Schwallenberg, we know, has been very fast all season. He's been in contention to win several races, but unfortunately the strategists on top of the pit box have kind of given away a couple of those victories. The 10 car sits 4th in points, and you have to wonder where Schwallenberg would be right now if he would have scored those couple wins that he probably deserved based on his drives. Ryan Acosta in second, kind of in a similar situation, not necessarily giving away wins, but giving away points due to silly incidents as of recent. And Acosta has fallen to 6th in the standings. And on his heel, I believe that's Cody Lamas. That is Lamas. He started in 11th. And we're just coming to take lap, I believe, 5 right here. The 48 has already moved from 11th to 3rd. He comes in 3rd in points, and he really needs this run as he works on Acosta. You saw the 9 try to make it 3 wide there. I would say it's a little early for 3 wide, but as you see, they're going 3 wide again behind him. I think that's Zach Rogers in the 99. Yes, it is. Rogers going for 4th. This would be a great showing for the Hero Motorsports team. It was announced not too long ago that Rogers would be purchasing a stake in Hero Motorsports, and the team would be renamed to Team Velocity for 2022. Rogers has really got to be excited about that, and it looks like it's showing with his on-track performance as well, as he's fighting up here with the top dogs of the SCS. Right behind him, Zayden Davidson in the 91. It's nice to see him running well. After kind of being a ping-pong ball for cars this season. Started out in the 47, went to the 01 for a while, now he's settled for the 91 for the time being. Rogers, though, being passed on the outside by Jesse Turner, the hottest driver on the circuit right now, sitting second in the standings, but he's already won 4 races this season, more than anyone else. And we'll have to see if Turner can climb any farther. We're hearing that it was a tire failure on the 43. Arndt had a tire going down that he felt, thought he needed to come to pit lane immediately, and so that's what he did. Unfortunately, he's at the tail end of 1 lap down now. He is running lap times with the leaders, so the leaders aren't really running him down. So hopefully he can get a caution really quick to put him back with the leaders 1 lap down so that maybe he can get his lap back. Meanwhile, the top 4 have kind of put a little bit of gap on 5th on back, which are still double and triple file fighting for position. It is Schwallenberg, Acosta, Lamas, and Dejan Weeks who is in 4th. You see Matt Rodriguez and Jesse Turner fighting for the 5th position. Turner started back in 13th, so not too far behind the 48, and looks like he's marching forward right along with the 48. Dejan Weeks in 3. Gonna try to put up a little bit of a fight here, but Jesse Turner, that 17 team has just been so strong. As you see him slide up just a little bit. Turner, wow, the 3 and the 17 got a really big jump on the 48 and the 45. And it looks like Turner will be able to take that 4th position here. And he might even be looking for 3rd, maybe not. Turner backs off, probably wisely. That could have caused an accident. This battle still raging on between Dejan Weeks and Jesse Turner, fighting for every inch of space, every possible piece of forward momentum they could get. The 3-0 gonna slide wide though. I think that's a little higher on the track than Weeks intended to go. And Jesse Turner going to make the pass. Although, look at the run the 3 is getting through the tri-oval. He's gonna make it 3 wide now as Acosta slips back. This for the 3rd position, right behind Cody Lamas in the 48. Oh, Weeks slides up. Almost contact between those 3 if there wasn't any. These guys still fighting for the 3rd position. Like it's the championship race or the last lap. It's neither of those guys. Come on. Acosta looks like May still went out because of that high lane. Really gave him a boost through the center and off, and now he's taking to try to take the 2nd position back. I don't think he's going to, though. It looks like maybe that high lane is a little stronger. Doesn't look like there's as much grip on the bottom right now. Maybe as the cars get handling better, maybe more rubber on the bottom might work a little better, but it looks like for now that high lane is proving to really be strong if you can hit your marks. Matthew Rodriguez coming back in on this fight now. He just went around Dejan Weeks and looks like he's going by Jesse Turner for position. Meanwhile, Acosta still looking underneath the 48. Acosta really determined to get that 2nd position from Lamas. Lamas slides probably a little wider than he meant to. And no, 45 still cannot complete the pass, but they are catching Schwallenberg. The 10 had pulled away by a couple car lengths, but doesn't look like he's as strong as he was at the beginning of the run, and now Lamas on his outside. The 48 might be able to make the pass here if he can continue the run. Into 3, he dives it in deeper than the 10, and he's going to hold it. Cody Lamas to the lead. Looks like that 48 is just as strong now as he was at the beginning of the run when he made up all those positions. We'll have to see if the 48's able to stretch out his lead or if the same thing is going to happen with the 10, where the field comes right back to him. Taking a look at Charlie Smith, he's fallen 5 laps down after an incident earlier, and oh, he gets into Charles Sanford. There goes the 5 around, and a huge accident. More cars are still coming. Oh my, that was a huge hit. Luckily it was in the corner and not at full speed at the end of the straightaway. You see Hayden Klein tumbling. We're going to take another look at this. Here's Charles Sanford. You see the 0-1. He must have been on fresh tires or something, and wow. Smith just dives it in there and just dumps the 5. Takes Fitzwater. Somebody else with them. 75 to 18. Oh, that was a huge hit. Klein, I don't think Klein actually took that big of a hit. I think he just kind of rolled over on the embankment. We'll get a replay of that as well. All right, here we go. Ooh, yeah. He just kind of rolled over. I think the rolls may have been the most violent part of that, which means Klein, I'm sure, is okay. That will knock quite a few drivers out of the race, and you've got to wonder if officials will be looking into that incident, particularly with the 0-1. Possibly with others going into that mess, but there were kind of cars scattered all around the track. I don't think there was much some of them could do. They were already slowing down for the corner as it was. Cody Lamas, though, leading on the restart. Look at the jump he gets. He'd cleared the lap traffic before the first corner. John Arndt, of course, is up to pace and trying to get that lap back. And Schwallenberg, who restarted second, gonna try to get by the 43 and pounce on the 48 afterward. Everybody did pit under that caution. It's expected that they could make up to 2 more stops due to tire wear. And look at James Shelley in that 71. Shelley is up to 3rd. It was just announced recently that Shelley in the 71 will be back with TPR next season. So that's great to see. Despite Shelley maybe not having the best season, not a season to remember thus far, but it's always great to see a driver re-signed to their team and the extra bit of motivation it gives them. Jake Baskinger, we talked about, started 37th on the grid. Rumors circulating around the driver of the 97, mostly pertaining to him possibly not coming back to the FBRL next season. Rumors swirling that he could be retiring at the end of the season. Regardless of whether that's happening or not, Baskinger really moving forward. He's inside the top 20 now, battling for, I believe this is about the 15th, 16th position. So kind of been a Jake Baskinger day. Work from deeper in the field to the front, as he's done on quite a few occasions in the past couple of years. So he's definitely no stranger to this work. In front of him, Jordan Fisher in the 2 having a solid run. Zach Rogers has slipped back a bit, but still a good run for him as well. Baskinger working that high lane, maybe going to try to dive down on the 2 and the 3. Maybe not. Well, there he goes. He tries to, but Fisher shuts the door. A lot of battling going on all at once. Right behind them, Dylan Young trying to make the pass on the 99. Back up front, though, Jesse Turner now trying to go by teammate James Shelley for the 3rd position. Turner kind of got shuffled back a little bit in that pit cycle and on the restart. Working his way back forward, though. And now he's going for 2nd place. He hasn't been this high yet, but it's Jesse Turner and it's a speedway. You have to expect that he's going to get there at some point. And Schwallenberg, that's interesting. Schwallenberg did not get the run off the corner that I thought he would, that we've seen quite a few other drivers get when using the high lane. It could be that Turner is just that strong, though. And he has Dejan Weeks kind of helping him through the corners as well. Turner, though, he is the hottest man in the FBRL right now. He has won 4 races already this season, which is kind of unthinkable considering we are only 13 rounds in. This is the 14th race of the season, and Turner has already won 4 races, and he does finally succeed in clearing Schwallenberg, and he immediately goes up high to try to get Lamas. He may have used up all his momentum, though, and Schwallenberg goes back around him. The 10 trying to dive for the lead. This is just an all-out brawl at the front of the grid. And keep in mind that 43 of John Arndt is trying to get a lap back to get back into this, and he's been no slouch this weekend. Remember, he was the outside pole sitter. Schwallenberg going to fall back, get taken 3 wide though. And Turner and Dijon Weeks trying to fight for that 3rd position now. Coming up on Doug Lockrow, I believe Lockrow was in that last incident. Ooh, we'll see how they navigate the lap traffic. We've known lap traffic to be an issue before on several instances, and in this case it looks like he's going to get in the way of the 17. He's moving upward. At least he's trying to get out of the way. He is not intentionally holding the field up, it looks like. Here you see Schwallenberg and Ryan Acosta, though, definitely did get held up a bit longer than expected by the 05. Schwallenberg has kind of fallen out of that main group. Acosta now back here with Jake Baskinger, who's just outside the top 10, I believe. In that 97 car, still working his way to the front, but 35 laps in, and he is already this high up in the field. I'd call that a success. Not far behind him, James Silverfox in the 34. He's kind of had an up and down season, had a lot of bad luck, and oh, this may be some of it. There he goes, hard into the inside wall. Now we're actually being told that this is a replay from the previous lap, which means this did not bring out a caution for some reason. Now granted, he was spun outside of the racing surface into the inside pit wall, but still, that was a scary accident. Looks like Ryan Griffin may have got into him, and wow, I'm really surprised that didn't bring out a caution. And the car control for him to keep that from sliding back up onto the track was very nice as well, but unfortunately that's going to be the end of his day. Back at the pointy end of the grid, Cody Lamas still trying to hold off James Shelley, who's moved back into second thanks to some help from the lap traffic. Shelley and Dijon Weeks fighting for the 2nd position now. Matt Rodriguez back in 4th. And I was going to say 5th place, but I think that was John Arndt. I couldn't quite tell who was behind him. Lamas still leading, though. At this point in the race, proving to be the class of the field, nobody's really been able to make a good challenge on him, and he's been able to fend off anybody who possibly had. And I believe that's the 34, because he did not go into the pit lane after that accident for whatever reason. Maybe he was trying to draw a caution, I'm not really sure. Dijon Weeks, though, still trying to work over James Shelley. The TPR cars in particular look to be able to hold the bottom lane really well, which is pretty interesting. But Weeks able to get by the 71, and now look at that. Look at that crossover. He made that look easy. Nobody had been able to pass Lamas for since the restart, and Dijon Weeks just takes it to the inside of the 48, makes it look easy. Put Dijon Weeks at the top of the point now, as James Shelley goes to work on the 48 car. Weeks has not won a race this season, and he's looking for that first victory. Dylan Schwallenberg, meanwhile, is looking to regain that ground he lost when he was stuck behind Doug Lockrow. He's trying to go around John Arndt. Of course, that's not for position. The next position would be that 9 car, his teammate right in front of him, for the 5th spot. But it doesn't look like the 10 car is handling as well in deeper traffic when he has cars all around him. That 47 in particular, look at Richard Johnson going by him. Of course, if you remember, this 47 car was failing to qualify for races at the beginning of the year, but they put Richard Johnson in the car, and Johnson's done pretty well for himself in this machine. Even when Monster Energy Racing as a whole has kind of been on the back foot in the past few weeks, Johnson giving this car a good run, Speaking of good runs, Zayden Davidson still having a great run. Just took it by the 47, tried to get by the 10, he's still working on him. This would be a great morale booster for Davidson, who has really had a rough season. Started in that 47 car, got booted out of it for poor performances, was put in the 0-1 for a while, was just moved out of that ride, picked up this deal in the 91, and he's doing alright. Turner now working on Cody Lamas, though, for the second position. These guys are second, third, and driver's standings, and as it looks right now, they're both going to gain points on DJ Curtis, who is not having the strongest day so far. Turner taking the second position, and it looks like the 48 kind of beginning to fade now, as the 17 looks to be one of the stronger cars on this run. Dejan Weeks has been able to keep the 48 at bay. Lamas now going back for the second position. We'll have to see if Turner can get that run off the high line, though. It doesn't really look like it, so Lamas may actually take the second position back. Turner still hanging in there, though, fighting for that ground. Even though this points championship is a marathon, you still want every single point you can get. And now Turner going to cross over underneath the 3 for the lead. And it looks like Turner's easily going to clear Weeks, just like Weeks did with Cody Lamas. So Jesse Turner finally going to be at the point, and we'll have to see if he can pull away. We haven't seen anyone pull away yet from the second place car. However, the field is starting to thin out. Now Jesse Turner has begun to pull away. He's at a 6/10 of a second advantage over Dejan Weeks. Looks like the 3 and the 48 are both kind of fading. Lamas now going by the 3 car for position. We'll have to see if Lamas was maybe being held up by Weeks, or if the 17 is just that much quicker than both of them. Let's see, the gap is now over 7/10 of a second. And now the 3 car coming into the pits. We believe these are scheduled pit stops. It looks to be so, as James Shelley, DJ Curtis, and others are coming into the pits as well. Jesse Turner now, Cody Lamas. We'll have to see if either of them stay out or if they both pit. Looks like Turner is. Turner has committed, and he's going to dive into the pits, as is Lamas, and it looks like about everyone else. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top now. Alright, watching Dejan Weeks. Here he comes. There's Jesse Turner. So Weeks has made up a ton of ground by pitting just 1 lap earlier. Dejan Weeks going to have a huge lead, it looks like, after pitting 1 lap earlier than the 17 and the 48. The 3 is going to jump them both, and looks like he has about a 2-second lead, but also the 2 of Jordan Fisher has moved all the way up to 3rd through that cycle of stops. He was outside the top 10, I believe. I believe he was around 12th before that cycle of stops. So that just shows you what pitting 1 lap earlier did, having 1 lap fresher tires. DJ Curtis is also up to 4th now. Curtis was not in the picture before the cycle of pit stops. Curtis was only around 8th or 10th. So your championship leader finding ways to get to the front, even if it's not on raw pace. Cody Lamas, I believe, is back in 5th. And yeah, there's Lamas at the beginning of this frame, so Lamas not completely out of it, but now he's losing ground to his championship rival. Not far behind him is Dom Capps in the 6th, another driver like Jordan Fisher. Really jumped a lot of other cars that he was battling. Fisher, of course, re-signed with his team with Martin Motorsports. He will be back with the team next year. In what has been a really rough year for Martin Motorsports. They've been involved in some controversies, haven't run particularly well. Capps has kind of been the shining light for the team. He's just been consistent, quiet, just in there to do his job, get the best results he can. And I think that's really why this team values Capps so much and why he's returning next season. Jake Baskinger, meanwhile, going around Caps for position. Baskinger is now in the top 10. I believe he is up to 7th with that pass. And working on Matthew Rodriguez for 6th now. So Baskinger really coming out to the front. Gotta wonder if he's going to stall out at some point, but with the pace he's going, he may not. It's going to take a lot for him to catch the front 3, though, as they have kind of torn away from the field. Even Jordan Fisher, of course, not the fastest car, but he's fallen outside of the grasp of the top 3, it looks like. Baskinger going to pretty easily take that 3rd position away from Rodriguez there. Cody Lamas trying to break away from these guys, trying to catch that front group. I think it's going to take a bit of coordination with the guys behind him, though. As the draft does play into this track just a little bit. Dylan Schwallenberg, though, was really hurt by pit stops. Again, the theme of the pit crew really bringing the driver of this 10 car down is a trend that's continuing this week, it looks like. Schwallenberg has dipped down outside the top 10. I believe he is in 15th position. Yeah, he is in 15th right now, right in front of Samuel England, who really needs this run, actually. 16th may not sound all that great, but for a driver and team that are currently sitting outside the top 30 in owner points, this is a run that England really needs. And it's nice to see him finally having a race that isn't just all bad. Back up front, Jesse Turner, though, and DJ Curtis have reeled in Dejan Weeks in the 3, and Turner looking for that top spot. The hottest guy on the grid going by Dejan Weeks. Well, maybe. Looks like Weeks does get just a bit of a run, but I don't know if he'll be able to hang in with Turner. That 17 car is just lightning quick. And it looks like, yeah, he's going to clear the 3 right through the corner. He's going to slide up in front of him. But now we'll have to see if Weeks can get a run off the corner, or if that just completely negates his run. And it looks like it did. So put car number 17 back to the top of the scoreboard. Jordan Fisher has begun to fall into the clutches of Matt Rodriguez, Jake Baskinger and company. Rodriguez and Baskinger have actually gotten around Cody Lamas. Probably just shuffling through the pack. I don't know how strong that 48 car is anymore. But it looks like they're all struggling to get around the 2. Or scrambling to get around the 2, rather. Fisher, regardless of where he finishes, this has been a really strong showing. And a good showing for the crew of that 2 car as well, to be able to get him up into the top 5 for a while. Rodriguez, though, going to take the 4th position, and now these guys look to reel in the top 3. I think if they all work together, they definitely can, but it'll be interesting to see how quickly they do it, and if it will even matter, because these guys definitely have some work to do. DJ Curtis is now caught up to Dejan Weeks. The 19 now working over the 3 car, and it looks like he's going to dive down into turn 3 to get by the 3 car. Is he going to be able to do it? It looks like it, yeah. Looks like Weeks may not have as strong of a car as he did earlier in the race, as that's the 17 and now the 19 both getting around him with relative ease. It's interesting. Maybe Weeks just his car doesn't like the set of tires or something. Because it was very interesting how the 19 is already just pulling away, just like that. DJ Curtis, of course, comes in as the points leader, and with 42-point lead over Jesse Turner, and Turner leading the race. Curtis definitely needs to minimize any points losses he can, and right now he's doing just that. But here comes that second pack. Jake Baskinger. Oh, Curtis is in the wall. Wow, DJ Curtis, your points leader, just slapped the wall, and it looks like he's okay. I don't see much damage on the right door. As I was going to say, the second pack has caught your leaders, and Jake Baskinger going around Dejan Weeks now. So that will move the 97 up into the 3rd position. It looks like Turner may have caught some lap traffic. Baskinger going to climb up into third. Weeks maybe looking back for it. Yes, it looks like he is. Weeks, I don't think he has a strong enough car to be able to make that move again right now. Rodriguez now sees that door open. He's going to look up high on the 3. Not quite yet. Yep, there he goes. Baskinger looking though on the 19. Oh boy, that's a door that shut really quick. That's Jordan Davis in the 08, of course, the former series champion, driving for Young Wicked Racing. Had to use past champions provisional to get in the race, but it looks like he's mostly staying out of everyone's way, so no harm there. Baskinger, though, looking underneath DJ Curtis for then, and I don't think, Curtis doesn't really put up a fight there. Curtis just going to let Baskinger go, so that's going to be a TPR 1-2 for the moment. Nope, there you go. DJ Curtis trying to go for that. Oh no, he's diving into the pits. Must be ready for a second green flag stop because Weeks is also coming in. These two decided to short pit by a couple laps on that first run to gain some ground, so it's interesting that they're pitting this early already. I wonder if it'll force the hand of everyone else to come in to pit very soon. The rest of the field has indeed made their pit stops. Let's see if DJ Curtis comes out in the lead or if Jesse Turner does. There we go. DJ Curtis going to hop the 17, and I believe that puts car number 19 in the provisional lead. Dejan Weeks, the 3 team, didn't have a very good stop, so it's definitely not going to be him, and I don't see anybody else around the 19. So it looks like that may put your points leader, DJ Curtis, back in the top spot. Provisionally, of course, as stops are still cycling out. After pit stops have cycled out, DJ Curtis holds a 2-second lead over Jesse Turner. Dejan Weeks is 3rd, Matthew Rodriguez is 4th, and Cody Lamas is 5th. We've rarely been able to see anyone hold a lead this large. It'll be interesting to see if your points leader can keep everyone at bay and fend them off for the win. Now, 12 laps to go, and Matthew Rodriguez has reeled in the 17 of Jesse Turner. He passed Dejan Weeks, he has caught Turner. They're still just under 2 seconds back of the leader. Rodriguez going to try to get by the 17 now. It looks like this 9 is on rails now. He appears to be the fastest car on the track, and he's trying to work his way under Turner using the inside lane. They're coming up on Tyler Black, the 79. I think the 9 kind of pushed him out of the way, going to use Black as a pick to get around Jesse Turner, move car number 9 into the 2nd position, and now he's going to try to run down the 19. 10 laps to go now, and DJ Curtis' lead has fallen under half of what it was just a few laps ago. The lead was over 2 seconds just a few laps ago, but Rodriguez has brought it down to under 8 tenths, and you can see him in the frame now. The 9 is reeling in the 19 very quickly with Jesse Turner in tow, but Rodriguez definitely looking like the quickest car on this run. Rodriguez was around 5th for a lot of the race, so look at that. Look at all the ground the 9 gained on the 19. It looks like Curtis was sliding just a little too much in the corners. And Rodriguez's car looks very stable. Curtis goes down low, try to block Rodriguez's run, but he's not able to hold it down. Matthew Rodriguez is going to get a run through the tri-oval, now into turn number 1. Will Rodriguez be able to make the pass? As has been shown the whole race, you can get a great run on the high lane, and look at that. That's what DJ Curtis is doing right there. Going into turn 3, the 19 is going to have the advantage. Oh, Rodriguez dives it in. They about make contact. That's going to force the 19 to slide up the track. Matthew Rodriguez looks like, yes, he completes the pass coming out of turn number 4 and puts a couple car lengths between himself and the 19 immediately. Matthew Rodriguez into the lead with 7 laps remaining. DJ Curtis in second. Jesse Turner is still back there in third. We're going to have to see if either of them have anything for this 9, as it looks like Rodriguez's car has come to life in this past stint. And of course, there's lap traffic in front of the 9 as well. That will could play a factor. That's Jeffrey Lynn in the 76, Vince Freeze in the 55, and I believe the 05 of Doug Lockrow is not far in front of them as well. But now, a battle for second. DJ Curtis' car is fading, and Jesse Turner's trying to catch up to that 9 car. Turner going to easily make the pass on the 19. That's a very important pass as Curtis comes in as the points leader. Turner with a head of steam, second in points, trying to gain as many points as he can. Every position is valuable, especially in the top 5, where you can gain more points on your competitors. So Turner to second. But now, under 3 laps to go, does Turner have enough time? Right now, at that last lap, the gap was 0.68 seconds, but Rodriguez has cleared the lap traffic, and Turner has not. Coming to 2 laps to go, we'll see what the interval is at the line. Rodriguez trying to pull away, keep his competitors at bay, 0.7 seconds. So the interval stayed stagnant, it did not move whatsoever. Matthew Rodriguez leading, and it's looking like Jesse Turner's time is running out. The 9 is going to catch Doug Lockrow, it looks like, before the end of this race, given how slow the 05 has been since that accident. But now, final lap, Rodriguez easily going to go underneath the 05, dispatch him. Now he has clear sailing. Matthew Rodriguez comes into this race with 1 win to his name already this season. He's sitting 9th in the points, but 190 points behind your points leader, DJ Curtis. He's going to need any help he can get to get back in the championship fight, and this will certainly help. Matthew Rodriguez is going to win at Kansas.